Welcome back to the One Day at a Time Gambling Addiction Podcast. My name's Rob and I'm your host, and today we're going to be doing a solo episode that we've been doing weekly, and I'm very excited to be sharing with you my reflections for the week. I thought I'd approach a topic that I struggled with a lot when I was in the midst of my gambling, and was wrestling with this idea that I could be a professional gambler. So, right when I started gambling, I got the big win. In fact, I couldn't lose. It was live betting, it was in-play betting, it was daily fantasy sports contests. Whatever I was playing, I was winning. It felt like I had the magic touch, like I knew more about sports than everyone else, and that I could actually figure out a way to keep getting better at this to one day make it my job. Because up until that point, I hadn't enjoyed any job that I had worked, and still to this day, have not enjoyed a single job that I've had. And I think that you have to be truly fortunate to be someone who enjoys what they do for a living. Because for most people, a job is just a job. But when it came to gambling, the fact that I could make money doing it, and the fact that I enjoyed it so much, it gave me this connection in my brain that this is what my purpose is. This is exactly what I need to be doing because this is a way to make money and enjoy my life at the same time. I could be a high roller and give back to my community when I'd win. It was just endless lies that I would tell myself to continue gambling. And so I think that a very dangerous thing is this idea that we can get better when it comes to things like poker or sports gambling. The truth is that 10% of poker players do make a profit, but that 10% changes on a yearly basis. The reason that people make money playing poker is because of these giant tournaments. And the players that win in these tournaments, they're getting staked by backers. They're not putting in their own money, and they're getting the chance to lose over and over again and rebuy into the tournaments. So unless you have hundreds of thousands of dollars to be playing in these large tournaments, you're going to be in a cash game or a small tournament in some casino in Atlantic City or Vegas. It's not sustainable in the long term. With casino rake, you lose those profits. The casino takes those profits right away from you. And you have to play against other players. And with the variance that's involved in poker, even if you think you're good or that you're better than everyone else, or you, God forbid, you're a professional, you're not going to continue to make money over the long run. Eventually, you're going to trend back down because that's how variance works. So people like to argue that, and they tell me they can read books and study to become better at poker. And you know what? Those people, I'm not going to tell you what to do. In fact, guys, remember, I'm not anti-gambling. I just don't want to see people get addicted to something and get this false belief that it's going to lead to something better in their life. It's just not worth it. If your full-time job involves the chance to lose money, that's a very, very clear sign that you're on the wrong path. You shouldn't be losing money when you're working. For so many years, I would be working, and during my shift, I would lose more money than I made because I was gambling during my shift. And that's just insane. I was working for free all those years. So I had numerous jobs, but I never enjoyed any of them, and I would always be working them for free. So it was just even more misery coming my way. And I couldn't convince myself to stick with these jobs because I didn't get any meaning out of them. The only place I found the meaning was through sports betting. And honestly, there's people out there that tell you they're professional sports bettors. And that's what I want to reflect on mainly today. That's insane. That's just insane. There's people out there that are going to tell you that you can make money if you buy their picks. That's how they make money. They don't make money from gambling, because if you ask them what they're doing that they're gambling, they're going to tell you, I study lines. I know the game. I know the players. I have a tip. I have a guy that makes good picks. I've studied the weather, the statistics. It doesn't matter. There's so much randomness within sport that anything can change a game on any given day. A player could twist his ankle, could fall into a ditch. It could rain. It could be 3 degrees warmer than you expected. And that can alter the outcome of the game. There's so much randomness in sport that only 3% of bettors make profit on a given year. And that 3% changes year over year. People aren't consistently making profit year after year. And if they are, they're either cheating or they're not telling you something. They could be lying to you, manipulating you to sell you sports picks. And remember, it's so frustrating. Why would anyone sell you sports picks if they could just pick the game themselves and be confident they would win? It doesn't make sense. Why would they go through the effort of marketing, establishing a business, filing taxes, doing paid promotions, advertising, posting their picks every day on social media? It's a lot of work to make social media content. Why would they do it if they could just gamble on a game and go and live their life and make money? It's because they're not making money gambling. The same comes with the professional slot streamers that you see online. Those streamers are getting paid by the casinos to gamble on their websites, and they get paid through affiliate marketing when they get paid a percentage of your losses when you go and sign up with their code. That's how these professional gamblers make money. They're not making money through their gambling. They're making money by convincing you of a dream. They're convincing you that you can be a professional, that you can do this full time, that you don't need a 9 to 5, that you don't need a job. You can just gamble because you'll find an edge. You'll be better than everyone else that's tried before you because you're special. And that feeds directly into this narrative that we have as gambling addicts. The dream world of a compulsive gambler is one where we can fund our lavish lifestyle through gambling. That's not realistic. It's called a dream world for a reason. It's because it doesn't happen. And in fact, compulsive gamblers know that if you pursue that dream world, you're actually never going to get there because no win is ever going to be big enough for you to stop. You can't make the dreams come true if you keep spending the money on gambling. And for gambling addicts, wins are just future losses. So you have to be aware. Why are you gambling? Are you doing it to be a professional gambler or make a full-time income? Because if you are, like I was for many, many years, you're in for a world of pain. The people that you see online, the people that are telling you it's possible, they're making money for telling you it's possible, not by doing it themselves. Be aware of the game, be aware of the marketing, and be aware that you're not going to be a professional gambler. If you're still gambling and it's entertainment for you, that's awesome. If you're still gambling and it's not ruining your life, that's great. But if you go out there and you place a bet knowing that if you lose that bet, you're going to be in debt, you're not going to be able to pay your rent, you're going to be in a worse financial situation if you don't win that bet, you're doing something that's very, very dangerous, and eventually it's going to come back to bite you in the ass. So, for today's reflection, I just want to remind you once again that gambling is not a full-time job. Gambling is to be seen as entertainment, and if it's not, it is not worth your time. When it's not fun, it's done. Now, of course, those of you who are feeling like you still want to keep gambling are going to find a way to tell me that I'm wrong and that there's X, Y, and Z person who are professional gamblers and they're not selling any picks. They're selling you something. If you're watching someone online, they are selling you something. If something is free, you are the product. I promise you that. You need to be aware that every single thing that you get involved with, someone has an angle on it. You watching this video right now actually is an angle for me. As you watch this video, my message spreads to more people around the world. Now, I'm someone who doesn't have a malicious intent or is trying to make a buck off of you, but you simply being this far into the video gives my content authority in this field, and YouTube pushes it out to more people. YouTube wants more people to stay on the platform. So if you're still around at this point in the video, you're helping me do just that. However, you need to be aware that people that are doing that to you aren't always doing it from the purity of their hearts. They're doing it to make money off of you. And if that's the case, you need to be aware that what they're selling you is sugar-coated. They want you to think that what they're doing is what you can be doing. And if you try to do what these professional gamblers are doing online, you're going to go broke. You're going to lose your house, your car, your family, your friends, the respect that others have for you, your efficiency, your ambition, your time, and, of course, your money. So, I'll leave it here. If you think that you're going to be a professional gambler, you're not. Wake up from the dream world and get back to a life that you can be productive and make an actual difference in the world. Gambling will never make a difference in the world in a positive way. If you want to change the world, put down the cards, put down the phone, get out there, get after it, and chase after something that actually brings benefit into your life and the lives of those around you. Thank you for watching this episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, let's keep getting better together, one day at a time.